Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekmek. This is Let's Play Tai 2 Bush Rescue. This isn't where I intended to start the episode, but I already started recording by the time I got loaded in, so whoops. We are almost done with what I want to show off of the game. There is still stuff. We technically won't have done everything by the end of it, but two things. One is that the races just aren't that interesting to me. But there's also that the other thing. We've got no proper way to tell where all the collectibles are. You see how much grinding we have to do to get all the boomerangs? There's just so much, and I'm not even going to pretend I want anything to do with the invisible painting. So yeah, I think I just want to show off the remaining side quests. Although, that said, there's something weird going on with side quests because if you look at the map right now, we just have this here. This is what tells us, right? Or rather, this is it. We have the main mission there. But when we go through this here, if you look at the map, there's a grey star right here. I think that's a reference. I think that might be due to what I've read about changes to the Steam version of the game, where you can actually backtrack and do the first mission of the game again, albeit you don't get to keep any collectibles or take any new boomerangs into it, but what you gonna do? This is the best they could come up with. Anyway, if my very swift glimpse at the map is correct, there should be basically the two remaining missions, and I'm assuming they're battle arenas for Julius. The reason that I haven't been able to see them on the minimap as is, it's because they're being covered up by the race flags. But this should be the last bit of filler for the game. And I suppose that's a good enough reason for me to bring up, okay, if there's one thing that the first game did better than this, definitely, it's the music. Hello? Yeah, this just gets weird. Okay, that wasn't it for some reason. But anyway, I find that the first game's music is just better in every way than the second game's music. Okay, comparison time. Here's a snippet of the first boss soundtrack for this game. Now, compare it with the first boss music for the first game. Now here's the second boss track from this game. Now the second boss track from the first game. the same boss from two different games. First, we have the fluffy boss track from this game. And now Fluffy's original boss track. Yeah, you can see the thing about this. It's just... they did such a better job with the first game's soundtrack than the second, though, in my opinion. Alright, so the boss cast flags.
You're always terrorized.
So these are just rematches for some reason. Actually, maybe this'll do the trick. I did have a feeling that this was going to be the case.
Good.
We already know what those cutscenes are like, so yeah, I don't get it. There's a thing that says we are missing 2 quests, and yet I have no idea where those 2 quests are. Also, I don't like how the map looks into just one area. There's no way to cycle between maps. Also, I forgot to point out on the 4B that,
Righto, mate.
Hello.
I forgot to point out that Shaz's 4B has a cute choice for number plate. I think it's just a portmanteau of Shazza, so, honestly, with things as is... Oh, wait, there's a guy here on the map. But yeah, there were also a lot of just basic level soundtracks, like pick out any level soundtrack from the first game and I can immediately tell you which level it's from. But for this game it all just kind of blends together and it's a bit unfortunate. I guess if there's one other thing I want to test out. If we use the Frosty Ring, if we use the Freezer Ring, so it gives absolutely no difference in boomerang quality. Alright. I might after this... it's entirely possible that once I start doing this thing that's coming up, the final quest of the game, so to speak, entirely possible I'm going to have to cut it short at some point. But that's just what it is. What are you gonna do? I definitely don't need more opal bags, but I guess I shouldn't be too upset that the music of this game isn't as catchy, because I still remember that I had copyright claims on one of my Tai 2 videos simply because I stopped to say, hey, listen to this great music, and it turned out to be only passingly similar to someone else's music. Anyhow, Julius, you had a thing.
Oh dear, this data nut contains some rather disturbing information. Boss Cass has been building a diabolical machine. A machine capable of sucking the warm-bloodedness out of mammals and transferring it into reptiles.
Crikey! Those are the buff-headed new lizards I've been seeing around the place.
These warm-blooded uber lizards are bigger, stronger, and faster. Cass is making an unstoppable army so he could take over southern rivers and eventually the world.
Struth! But isn't Cass gonna need a lot of us mammals to make an army that big?
Exactly. Which is why we need to move fast. What the?
Aramudgie is under attack!
So are we. So we have 8 Uber Frills. Suddenly the fact that they spawned a whole bunch of explosive crates nearby makes a lot of sense. It's so that you don't get screwed over should you, well, not have any upgraded rings by this point. Oh, yeah, he felt that. Are you not dying?
I don't believe it! Cass has kidnapped the entire town. Look, he left a note.
What does it say?
Dear Ty.
There's still time to save him, mate. Go on, get cracking.
Oh cool, we've got a new ship now. Out of curiosity. No, that didn't count for the totals. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you can click right and left to check specific areas. That's very handy. It's a shame it's not so easy to figure out where each of these places is.
Let's do it, sir. Let's face off against that cad boss Cass.
Hey, wait up, Possum. You're not leaving without me.
Or me. It's time for me to pay back an old debt.
Yours is really cool. What is it?
It's a missile bunyip. I built it myself.
With a little help from Julius.
Rightio, chaps. We're over the drop zone. Prepare to engage.
Oh yeah, we were making one of these, weren't we?
Is that a shadow bunyip?
Sounds like you've got bunyip envy, Sly. Don't worry, I like yours too.
Look out! Incoming!
So now we have Shazza in a custom paint job battle bunyip, Sly in a motorbike, Sly in a custom built missile bunyip. We never get to drive one of those, but we have a shadow bunyip with a built-in laser cannon, but also a huge laser of death. I guess this is a kind of decent place to get your hands on it. We need to get in here and get rid of these laser cannons first before we start messing about. Right. They complain when you hit them, and it's very easy to hit other people. The others got locked out, it looks like. On the upside, we've got much better jumping power than the lifter bunyip ever did. Yep, it's just us. And I can't even get out of the bunyip, so all the boomerangs that you've been saving up for the whole game and buying up, totally worthless. We're just going with the shadow bunyip now. And you know what's really weird? Our friends aren't with us.
Looks like Cass doesn't want us to leave.
Struth! What in the world is that?
It's Patchy. He's a cybersaur.
He'll be sore after we finish with him.
They're still not here. I guess it is kind of a power trip to be able to just power through the bosses that would give you a lot of trouble on foot. Alright, F1.
Never learn, do ya?
We must be getting closer. Let's move it. Not again. Cass doesn't really think he can stop us, does he?
He's gonna keep trying. Oh boy, look at the amount of health we knocked off in a single shot with this thing. Mind you, they do it. Oh yeah, that did actually hurt quite a bit. So it's not that we're invincible, we're just very powerful now. And there's no rematch with Fluffy because that took a very specific arena setup. You know, I should have gone and gotten that health pickup on top of the start that we saw in the cutscene. Do these opals matter in the slightest? No. But I still want. Well, at least the checkpoints are plentiful, even if health pickups aren't. Oh, it's got a double jump! That's how you know it's the strongest. Well, at least our friends are back again. And yeah, I feel like it's at least fair to bring this up now. In Tai 3, the Battle Bunyip doesn't return. But what does return is the Shadow Bunyip, which basically replaces where you'd expect to see the Battle Bunyip. Right, that's the way we came in, so this will be the way we leave. Not quite the most intuitive map if we're honest. I do see health though, I want that. You a bit stuck there, Sly? Oh wait, there's a pickup here? Really? Let's see, I think this is the way we want to hustle. And they're leaving us behind because of course. We can't have backup for the final battle, right? I'm quite glad that I didn't take hardcore mode in this game because I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have been a fun time. Oh dear. We got stun locked a bit there, I'd say. Like this game, it's actually not that easy. It's...
Sly, Shazza, see if you can free the Baramachi townies. Going after Cass.
No worries.
What is it, Chazza?
Be careful. Okay, Possum?
I'll be right. Hey, Shazza! See you around like a Rizzo.
Like, it's not one of the most hardcore games out there, but it's a little bit tricky, I want to be fair. Health pickups aren't common, so each mistake does cost you.
You just couldn't leave your little orange nose out of my business, could you?
Blame yourself, Cass. You mess with me mates, you mess with me.
Nastier nanobots, I guess. Ooh boy. Oh dear! Oh hey, you can actually do some damage to them, I guess. The thing is, if you kill them, then he just drops more, doesn't he? Battle suit nanobot, I guess. Oh. Alright, so you wait for him to do that specific downward swing attack. Not that one. Jump, punch him in the eye. I guess it specifically has to be a punch. Definitely a bit of attack RNG on this one phase though. Oh. Oh dear. And now, Magma Kinetic. He calls it back. Just keep moving. Okay. Ah, right. It has to be a shot attack because you're probably not going to get close enough with that sort of spread shot unless you do that. And now, final phase. Bush rescued.
Ow! It's over, Cass.
You heard the man.
Hey, 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 it was all a bit of fun. I hope I wasn't out of line with that crack about turning your friends into ice cubes. I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. How about you join my team, huh? I could use a couple of good men. Easy work, good money, and nice jackets.
Fat chance, Cass. We're taking you in.
Oh, it's just not fair.
Most unfortunate.
And for extremely selfless acts of bravery, I am proud to present these medals made of the most exquisite thunder eggs to Sly, Shazza, and Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger.
Who's up, boys? This is so humiliating.
We hope you enjoyed playing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 HD. Oh dear, this is quite the fast-paced credits, isn't it? Well, yeah! That is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2. It's not a very... well... It's not exactly a high-detail plot. You're not going to win any writing awards with it. But I still like this game. I had a big goofy grin on my face the whole time playing it, and I don't think it's just nostalgia. I think this is just a fun, well-rounded game. I think that Ty 1 is a bit more structured, so if you'd ever want to start with something, it would probably be that. I say that knowing what exactly my first Let's Play was. But the game still works well as it is. It's just not fun to 100%, which again, Ty 1 did better. And unfortunately, Ty 3 was okay. It captured the... You could tell that this was the same sort of people who made the Legend of Spyro games, because it has the battle system from there alongside your boomerangs, and it doesn't really feel right. And I've seen reviews compare it as the Shadow the Hedgehog version of the series, which sounds like quite the detrimental comment on it, but... I love that little animation. Sometimes his idle animation just slips up, and so he needs to get another boomerang. There's also just how much grinding you have to do if you want to get your hands on every boomerang. It's obscene! But it's still a fun time. The writing is charming, the environments are cool, and I mean, let's take Boss Cass as an antagonist. For a kid's game antagonist, he does his job very well. He's heinous, but not in a way that makes you think, right, I don't want to expose my kids to horrible, horrible things happening. No, he's just the sort of comedic goofball villain that makes games like this a lot of fun. This is from when games didn't need to be serious and award winners. They could just be fun. Although, the fact that I cleared the finale in one episode, that's kind of problematic. I also showed off Patchy the Cybersaw twice. That's also a little bit off. I guess that means I have to look for my new weekend slot game Let's Play pretty quickly. The question is, do I want to go back and record that Tokyo Mirage Sessions bonus episode first, or... Huh. Isn't that the final boss from Taiwan, or... Nah, never mind. This is a medley of all the Thai songs. Not important. Or do I want to start looking at... Do I want to change my capture card settings around? Yeah, it's a big question mark for me. I'm also going to finish Pheromonium this very weekend, which is also a bit of a problem because I then have to find something to take up the main week slot, and at best I have Crosscode New Home. So, gotta wish myself luck on that. Even so, it's nice to see this game again. I'm glad I got to play it. I'm glad I got to show it. Yeah. Maybe not as thoroughly as I did Taiwan, but I still think this is a better Let's Play than Taiwan because Taiwan was the beginning of it all. And that is why I felt like I owed the sequel a Let's Play for the longest time. I'm glad that I finally got to get that done. I'm almost tempted to just be quiet and listen to all this because if there is one thing Ty does really well, it's music. Even though this very episode I complained about how I think the first game has great music, it's not. It's just that I feel like the first game did better. This is still pretty good. Oh, all the Focus Test kids. Yeah, that's gonna be a long list. I am probably going to come back to this save file and get boomerangs whenever I'm feeling a bit bored. Because, well, I need the achievements. Oh, and here's the scheming boss cast track. All of partners and families put up with us never being there while we were working on this title. Do we need to credit Electronic Arts, really? Maybe that's why the credits seem to be spinning around a lot faster this time. It's because there's so many more people to credit now. There were actually plans for a Tiger Tasmanian Tiger TV series. It was more just an idea they had at some point, but I guess the games didn't sell nearly as well as they wanted to. Is that a shame? Maybe. Because it's entirely possible that it wouldn't feel as special if it was diluted by overuse. The kart racing felt like a bit of a tacked on. It's decent for being a Mario Kart ripoff, it just doesn't feel like anything I'd want to spend a long deal of time in, which is unfortunate when the next game has mandatory kart racing missions. But I guess that's something we'll get to in the very distant future. Until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you all around. I will leave the video recording just in case there's anything interesting at the end of the credits, though. But if there isn't, then I'm probably going to put it up on the top of the screen so you don't have to waste time watching the rest of this, because what's viewer retention rate to someone with my view count? Yeah, these credits are far longer than the music track went for. So, at any time, we can go back and re-challenge that final area, should we want. I don't want. See you all around.